the show in New England.
Known for sharing what you love. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer, including certain early stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery, and then continued alone after surgery when you have early stage breast cancer and are at high risk of coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, such as Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, lupus, myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true, Keytruda. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Now Taxes is having a TurboTax expert who does your taxes from start to finish. You check in anytime. And get the most money back on your time. Now this is Taxes.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
So, what do you do outside of Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
No fees on checking accounts, no overdraft fees, obviously. What's in your wallet?
Gentlemen, your pro football Hall of Fame class.
In season, off season, it's always football season.
All the official notifications continue to roll in as we are 41 minutes into the new league here in the NFL. Justin Reed going back to his home state of Louisiana and joining the New Orleans Saints after a successful stint with the Kansas City Chiefs, winning a couple of Super Bowls there. Now joins another homegrown player in Tyrann Mathieu. Will Fries is on his way from Indianapolis to Minnesota, from 7th round pick to $70+ million. Pretty good deal right there as the Vikings continue to fortify the line of scrimmage. Also with the Colts taking a player from the Vikings, that's Cam Bynum, been a big piece of their success in the defensive side of the ball, but now joining the Indianapolis Colts. And the Detroit Lions in some news here just in the last few minutes. Flyeby University coming off the best year of his career, signing back with Detroit. Had a back injury that limited it in, but had a nice 2024 season. He gets a one-year, $5.5 million deal, according to Ian Rappaport. And this is new and news. Tom Pelissero, six-time Pro Bowler Darius Slay is staying in the Keystone State, moving west from Philly to Pittsburgh on a one-year deal. Eagles released Slay and found his new home very quickly. Okay, with that, we are back here with you. Brett Lewis, Steve Leitch, David Carr, and Greg Rosenthal, author of the Top 101 Free Agents, available out on NFL.com. Let's start with one of those guys that's been up there on your list, Flyeby University, who checked in at 33, finding a way to stick in Detroit.
Yeah, it makes me feel smarter when a guy gets taken off the board if he's been sitting out there too long. That's another example of an organization that just prioritizes line play. They have so many, they've already spent so much, and I like it was actually a little less than I expected.
Let's go back to your on the top, one of your top free agents in Milton Williams. Really, after the franchise tags, kind of took the top two guys in T. Higgins and Trey Smith off the board. Milton Williams goes to New England, and certainly didn't stop there. The Patriots continuing a nice free agency class. What do you make of these moves in Mike Vrabel's first year?
A little bit of a surprise that so much was on the defensive side, and yet that's where the good players were in this free agency crop. So you can only take who is out there, and they probably tried to get Ronnie Stanley and Chris Godwin. If you're gonna overpay in free agency, and look, this is a lot of money for a guy who hasn't played a lot of football. Do it with a younger player like Milton Williams. Defensive tackle is a position that you're coming into your own once you're done with that first rookie contract. So I like the money. I think people got to wrap their minds around this salary cap has gone up so far, Steve. Like Carlton Davis, that gives them an identity at cornerback. A couple of the other moves, Harold Landry, Robert Spillane. I mean, you're getting older, which you don't love in free agency, but they still have $70, $80, $90 million in cap space. So you got to spend it somewhere.
Well, I mean, they're clearly showing, like you said, the better players were what they wanted. Some of these are not long-term deals, but it's kind of tipping what they're going to do in the draft, where they've got to load up on the offensive line, load up on things offensively, but on the interior, up the middle on the defense, it's Mike Vrabel, guys. This is what they want to do. They got Williams in their defense. They got Spillane, a downhill inside linebacker, who for the Raiders the past couple of years is a big-time player. Yeah. That's going to help. Again, you get Carlton Davis on the opposite side of Christian Gonzalez. Okay, so now you got some DBs who can lock guys down, let those defensive players on the interior make things happen. You can see the identity he's trying to forge on that defense side of the ball.
It's all about the identity of who this team is. And forever, the New England Patriots have been playing inside-out football. And so Vrabel comes in and says, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make us better down the middle. Robert Spillane, who you mentioned, I mean, that's an older player, to Greg's point, but he's a great football player. Like, he's a linebacker that can get you guys lined up. He's very versatile. He can run this entire group. Young guys come in, it's fine. Spillane's got it. And as he exits out, insert someone new in there, but for the time being, you get a guy that can establish some consistency at middle linebacker along with some of these pieces they add out of it.
Yeah, and look, free agency, just one piece of the puzzle for the Patriots. They'll draft at number 4 overall. They are certainly likely to get a really good football player in that spot, and perhaps one of them comes from the University of Georgia, holding their pro day today. Always a popular stop on the pro day circuit, and we'll hear from one of the top safeties in the class. Malachi Starks joined Taylor Rashani from Athens.
Did you just pay with PayPal?
Yes, keeps my info safe, even at the shitty lemonade stand.
You call it shady, mister.
Oh, like, this is fresh squeeze. Give me a break, Logan. Oh, paying with you everywhere. Don't just pay. PayPal.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
Make 'em away downtown, walking fast, faces passing homebound. 92.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid, the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd really is a great joy.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
After Homogo cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homogo tackled everything, from our kitchen to our bathroom, all of our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
Millions of nurses are ghosted by their plugins. New Airwick Advanced, our groundbreaking plugin that pulses send for staying power up to 60 days, plus a fragrance boost button. Our noses won't be ignored again.
Use Kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites at once? I like to do things myself.
No machine is better than me.
Kayak. Search one and done.
I love my natural hair, but not what hoodies were doing to it. So I made my own. Chase and Philly helps my business grow one hoodie at a time.
Get financial guidance from bankers in your community. Convenient digital tools all in one place. Change for business.
Our pro day season is in full swing. And today on the circuit, Georgia for the Bulldogs Pro Day, where you can see top prospects like Jaden Walker, Michael Williams, and perhaps the first safety off the board when we get to Green Bay. Malachi Starks just got by to chat with our Taylor Bishop.
Malachi is a true freshman. In your first game, you pick off Bo Nix. Since then, you've had such a big impact on this Georgia defense. What was today about? What do you want to show to teams?
Today was about like the history that I had here, but not just me, but other guys as well. Like, we had a bunch of guys come out and compete and just kind of show their talents. And I think this was the last time I was really going to be a team with those guys. So just coming out and kind of just enjoying the day and going out and compete with those guys.
The consistent theme that I kept hearing from all the scouts was that they were just blown away by your versatility. You can do it all, safety, nickel. But where do you think that you play the best?
I don't think I have a specific spot, and I think that kind of speaks to a lot about my versatility. I think I'm very well, at deep safety. I think I can come down and play star, but I can also play in the box as well. And I think that just kind of goes back to the history that I had here, and just the guys that came before me and the people that I learned under, and just kind of the guys that I was able to learn from.
Were you trying to show off your versatility when you caught that ball and then hurled over the rope? You had everyone chanting.
Not really. I was just shot up and face plant, so it just kind of happened. But it was pretty cool. I dropped the ball before, so I had to catch that one for sure.
Are you coming back after Saquon's backward hurdle next?
It'd be cool to have something like that, but Saquon is different.
When you look at other safeties in the league, is there any safety out there that you really want to emulate your game after you see a lot of similarities?
There's a lot. Kyle Hamilton, Buda Baker, Brian Branch, a lot of guys, Xavier McKinney, Tyron Matthew early in his career. Just like guys that can be placed in any position and go compete and produce at a high level. I think that's like kind of what I want to bring to my game and just kind of elevate it.
If a team next month drafts Malachi Starks, what are they getting?
Great athlete, but not only that, a great guy, a great person to have in the locker room, someone who's going to compete every day and bring the best out of other people, because I want that for myself.
Thank you so much, and good luck, Matt.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate that. Malachi Starks from the big time game.
motherfucker just sit and chill. What's up, Barry? Watching the scene, what's going on with all these trades and picks and all this.
Right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jackson now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that's a big pickup on a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. This time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
For real, huh? The crab sleep. Yeah, they sleep. Wow. Hell yeah, look. I said, well, shit. He said, man, take them eggs and go get you some pussy. I said, shit, that's gonna be 18 eggs. Hell yeah. Ain't that a bitch? Hey, look, I told about that. My buddy, the one that had all the eggs. I said, man, you know what? I said, man, give me some of them eggs. I'm gonna mail them to my daddy so he don't have to give up on breakfast. Hell no. No. Man, you couldn't keep nothing, huh? That a bitch. For real, huh? What do you mean? No way. Mm-hmm. For real, huh? Yeah, when that light came on. Hmm. 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 One room. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. 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 No way. Hmm. No way. Hmm. No way. He put that shit on his tacos. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. For real, call the police. Hmm. 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 No, he didn't. What the fuck? Hmm. Oh yeah. That's right. Hmm. Fuck that rap. Mm. Mm. Man, you might need to get a, hey, you might need to get a cat. He said this shit personal. For real, huh? Hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Hmm. 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 Yeah, man. They ain't had Eric ain't had no gun show. Hmm. Man, they talking about they got the measles over there. When you was little. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hmm. Oh yeah, the month. Mm-hmm. No, I had those. You had them too? Yeah. Was you the only one? Mm-mm, no. Damn. Mm, mm, mm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm. 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 For real, huh? But he don't do that a lot. He gets 50%. No, but I'm saying he don't shoot 50% a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For real, they down by 6. The Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. Really? Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying about him. They keep saying the Rockets can't shoot. Damn. That's great. For real. For real. Yeah. Yeah, I talked to him the other day. Man, he tried. Look, he ain't gonna give up. That's the one thing about him. So that's a good thing for her, I guess. But you know, he don't like how it's affecting how she bringing up the little baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the Texans gonna do to keep CJ up. For real. That's right. like, is he high? And JJ. Oh, yeah. enough, huh? For real, huh? Yeah, like what the fuck? This day is over. That's right.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Mike 17. Mike 17.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. There he goes left side. He may go. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stroud looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How do they get in there and knock another one away? You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll let this go deep for Collins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where Armstrong pays off, because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Mixon with a first down carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shoot. Undercooked. On 3. 18 Cardinals.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Jalen Carter, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Check smash.
Stroud off the play fake. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Here's 3rd and 6. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Flushed out right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Pass incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. In motion left comes Brown. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 120 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run it down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, it was the big run that got them down into position, and then they finish it off one play later with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, they got them really thinking to themselves, after that big run, they're probably going to come back and hit us again with the same thing or something similar. Instead, they go to the air, and it's a touchdown that way.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Come on. 6. Line.
17. Get the ball. Ready, go.
Stroud sets up the play action. Dumps it off to Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
Here we go, D.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I said go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Let's make these babies cry. Keep going.
On first down, Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The man in motion is Brown. Up the middle with Barkley. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Second and 7. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Brown the motion man right. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
63.
Barkley inside handoff. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
3rd down and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 157 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going to run this with a tight end. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back into 24. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Oh, this is blocked. The Texans have got it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often, maybe a couple times a year. The blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Play action. Stroud now. To Mixon on the check down. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And Stroud now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Saquon Barkley, 32 yards. And the Eagles have made it a 3-score game now here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing now is Stroud. Going deep for Diggs. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. Now he's loose at the 40, and a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A first down carry for Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. He will push his way down to about the 14. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson. wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Able to spin free. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. Nifty move. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D line, and linebacker 2nd level, and the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Mahomes throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the... And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off play action. Stroud. That's caught left side by the tight end Jordan. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Mixon with a first down carry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Off the play fake, Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Inside handoff to Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Flyeby Fairbairn comes on. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of yards. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. The result, only 40 yards there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Pacheco heading right. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Chris Jones on the stop. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Street.
Again, it's Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Stroud. Forced out to his left. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the 1st down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff to Mixon. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Mixon, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. Pierce is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, It looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. They'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. Yeah, he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd down. Mahomes. Finding Kelsey, and he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Mahomes to throw it. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Mahomes. Man open left side is Brown. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Mahomes will throw. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Mahomes. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
Oh, what a play. You got to use one of those timeouts.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run it now with Gray.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Mahomes takes it himself. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head, You know they didn't expect this.
Anything. You tell me what's up. How you doing? You sound better. Right. Ain't nobody got COVID no more.
So what?
Ain't nobody got COVID no more.
No, it wasn't even the COVID that I'm sick from right now. The sepsis is kicking my ass.
You still got that shit?
Well, the infection went away, but the effects.
The after effects and shit?
Yeah. Fatigue and weakness. I don't have no energy. I feel like I worked out for 5 hours and got home and laid down. Yeah, pretty much.
Like everything about the dude is mad disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And it's a complete stranger. That's why I said you gotta let her watch the Dateline episode. Can't keep letting bitches know what you did for me. You know what I mean? You know.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
was outside. Calm down.
get you your life emotions.
I think I changed my mind about these glasses.
Yeah, it happens. That's why VisionWorks gives you 100 days to change your mind. It's simple. Anything else I can help you with?
Like what?
VisionWorks. See the difference.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over. Before you say yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
My eyes, they're dry and uncomfortable, looking for extra hydration. Now there's Blink NutriTears. It works differently than drops. Blink NutriTears is a once-daily supplement, clinically proven to hydrate from within, helping your eyes produce more of their own tears. To promote lasting, continuous relief you'll feel day after day. Try Blink NutriTears. A different way to support dry eyes. Hello, magical taste. Hello, toothpaste makes every day yay.